stock's net loss was $43.9 million in the second quarter of 2017, compared to a net loss of $26.8 million in the previous quarter. Yingli Green major PV manufacturer Yingli Green Energy has reported record module shipments in the second quarter of 2017, although increased losses continued to weigh on the struggling company. Yingli Green reported record module shipments of 1,146.6 MW in the second quarter of 2017, meeting the high end of guidance. As a result, the company raised full-year guidance to be in a range of 2.5 GW to 2.8 GW. However, third-quarter shipment guidance was guided to be in the range of 550 MW to 600 MW, indicating a slowdown in demand in China as the company has depended on domestic sales due to its financial troubles. Module shipments in the first quarter of 2017 were 370.9 MW. Lianxing Miao, Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of Yingli Green Energy said, driven by the surging demand from China due to the expected FIT reduction after June 30, 2017, the company's PV module shipments reached a record high of 1,146.6 MW in a single quarter in the second quarter of 2017, increasing by 209% over the first quarter of 2017, and exceeded previous guidance. Geographically, shipments to China increased from 243 MW in the first quarter of 2017 to 992 MW, and accounted for 86.5% of our total PV module shipments in the second quarter of 2017, as a result of successful cooperation with different types of customers. The company noted that the record quarterly shipments were also driven by the delivery of more than 200 MW of modules to a utility-scale project in Hebei province in the second quarter of 2017, as well as delivery of about half of a 230 MW module order for large PV power plant project in Japan. Module inventory decreased to $153.4 million in the quarter due to higher shipments, down from $225.6 million in the previous quarter. Financial results: Yingli Green reported second quarter 2017 revenue of $468.1 million, compared to $179.9 million in the previous quarter. Gross profit was $7.9 million in the second quarter of 2017, compared to $8.9 million in the previous quarter. Gross margin was 1.7% in the second quarter of 2017, compared to 5.0% in the first quarter of 2017. Gross margin on sales of PV modules was 3.9% in the second quarter of 2017, compared to 8.8% in the first quarter of 2017. Average selling price ASP declines were cited as the reason for the margin declines. The company said that it also made further inventory provisions as a result of the ASP declines. Operating expenses in the second quarter were $34.6 million, compared to $24.0 million in the previous quarter. Operating expenses as a percentage of net revenue was 7.4% in the second quarter of 2017, compared to 13.3% in the first quarter of 2017. The increase was due to higher shipments, due to freight cost increases and other selling expenses related to the higher shipments. Despite the record shipments, Yingli Green reported an operating loss in the quarter of $26.7 million, compared to an operating loss of $15.0 million in the previous quarter. Operating margin was negative 5.7% in the second quarter of 2017, compared to negative 8.4% in the first quarter of 2017. Net loss was $43.9 million in the second quarter of 2017, compared to a net loss of $26.8 million in the previous quarter. The company did not give reasons for the increase in losses. Yingli Green reported it had $97.1 million in cash and cash equivalents at the end of second quarter of 2017. The company ended 2016 with cash and cash equivalents of $72.9 million.